Morning. I'm all right. Are you all right? I'm all right. I hope you're all right. Got a funny one for you today. Let's get back to like some proper Geoff content, shall we? This is from The Sun this morning. Iconic car brand scraps plans for long promised new EV over lack of demand. There's reportedly a falling demand for high-powered EVs. I'm saving the planet today. Look, I've printed today's notes on just 2 pieces of paper. I am basically net zero. I'm going to use these to light the fire later on because it's getting cold. This is the Audi RS6, which is quite funny because we were talking about the Audi RS6 yesterday in that video I made with Chris that nobody watched. It was quite a nice chat, actually, if you want to just listen to a little podcast. Yesterday evening's video about the Renault Megane. This is about the Audi RS6, though. And that is a printout of all the articles about other EVs that have been axed. So we'll do this one, and then we'll do this one. Insiders at German manufacturer Audi told Top Gear that the brand was cancelling its performance RS6 e-tron project. The concept was built on the premium platform electric architecture developed by Audi and Porsche. So that's probably the one shared by the Taycan. An electric Audi motor using this platform could produce over 700 horsepower, but the firm is said to be backing down from creating such a powerful electric motor amid falling demand for performance EVs. I've said this before, like, you know, traditionally, we've always been obsessed with 0 to 60 times, and that was because cars used to be slow. 0 to 60, you know, in the 1970s was like 13, 15 seconds. So when BMW or whoever it was came out with a car that could do 0 to 60 in 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, that was fast and it meant something. And you'd be down the pub and you didn't have social media back then. And you'd be like, oh, you know, I'm going to get the new XR3i. Well, you know, the XR3i's got a 0 to 60 of 8.6 seconds. And, the standard 1.3 GL is 10.2 seconds. So it's going to be a quick cut. You know, this stuff used to matter, right? Then cars got faster. Then we got turbo diesels. And then we started getting M cars. And it all just sort of became a bit irrelevant. The supercars are doing it in 3 seconds. Your fast performance saloon cars are doing it in 4.5 seconds. And then EVs come along. And suddenly you've got the Tesla Model S Plaid, which is so fast that when you try to do 0 to 60, you can literally fall out of your seat. There's got to come a point where we go, acceleration, yeah, we've done it now, finished. Like, what more can an electric RS6 offer over what a Tesla Model S Plaid can do? It doesn't matter. We're not bothered about it anymore. This is the thing. The kind of people that want an RS6 is Chris, who was sat in the car with me, the van, with me yesterday, when he's saying, I just want a V8. I'm not bothered about fuel economy. I want the noise. That's an RS6 driver. I don't want 700 horsepower and silence and massive. I mean, these EVs are that quiet. If you sit there quietly, you can hear the depreciation. There are reports that prototypes of the new motor have been spotted during testing. Other A6 variants not wearing the RS badge are currently available from the company, with one being electric powered. Have you seen any electric powered Audi estates? I haven't. The A6 e-tron, while not a performance model, does put down some impressive power. And this is the thing. This is what I'm saying. The standard A6 e-tron is impressive on its own. Other iconic performance brands have openly stated a lack of demand among customers for electric supercars and sports cars. Despite plans reportedly being cancelled for an electric RS6, there are rumours that a conventional combustion-powered one is in development. Of course it is, because it will sell. Look at what happened when BMW introduced the new M5 and they said for the first time, not the first time, they said we're going to do an M5 touring. What happened was they had to phone all the lads on the night and be like, guys, I know you were in the factory all day building this limited run of M5 Tourings, right? You should see the order book. It goes, we're going to need you back in to make some more because everybody wants a high performance, petrol powered, 600 horsepower station wagon, estate car, BMW Touring. Audi's doing the same thing. They've realised that that's what people want. So instead of developing an electric RS6, they're going to give us a new one. And it's going to make big noises and have a big exhaust pipe and probably a V8. And it's going to be bought by people that like V8s. I mean, Audi's already offered customers a high-powered EV in the RS e-tron GT, which has got 912 horsepower and can reach 60 mile an hour in 2.4 seconds. What is the point? What does my van do 0 to 60 in? About a week, but I don't care. It doesn't matter anymore. Anyway, Audi's not on their own. We already know that Ferrari axed their idea for an EV. And I just put into Google News this morning, EV axed, just simply those two words, on the news tab to see what other EVs have been axed in the light of the fact that everybody's telling us that EVs are selling fantastically, right? Here we go. Car source, Honda's large electric SUV cancelled after billions cut out of electric car development. Top Gear, Maserati has cancelled the MC20 electric supercar because not enough people wanted it. Straight Arrow News, Porsche sees market value cut in half amid billions in EV losses. EV Central, too expensive. Kia Niro EV axed in Australia as cheaper and newer Kia EV3 and EV5 bite into its sales. Forbes, Nissan GTR to be axed and replaced by a 1,300 horsepower EV supercar. We'll see how that goes. Drive, Lexus UX300E electric car axed, cutting brand's EV lineup in half. Car Expert, Volvo's compact EV crossover coupe to be axed in Australia. Detroit Free Press, Dodge plans gas-powered charger but will cut cheaper electric variant. Reuters, Ford slows EV plans, delaying pickup and axing three-row SUV to cut costs. Top Gear, Mercedes has reportedly cancelled an entire EV platform. That's not one car. That's a whole platform. They might build 5 or 6 or 7 cars on that platform. So that's a whole model range that they cancelled. Guardian, Tesla among electric car makers forced to cut prices as the market stalls. Auto Express, Mercedes EQC axed. Company's first electric SUV bites the dust after only 5 years on sale. Autocar, Maserati again. MC20 Folgore cancelled due to insufficient demand. Autocar India, Maruti Jimny EV ruled out. Drive, Peugeot delays electric car plans in Australia and axes all plug-in hybrids. Car Scoops, GM may have axed the $80,000 base level Hummer EV. And finally, Auto Evolution, the all-electric Opel Adam EV axed. That's actually from 3 years ago in 2012. 2012, I would have said the all-electric Opel Adam would actually be a good EV to develop. We saw a Vauxhall Adam at the side of the road just yesterday, not far from where we are. $4,500, I think it was for sale for. It was purple, panoramic roof, nice wheels. I've always liked the Vauxhall Adam. It's a small, compact car, and it would make sense to make an electric version of that. But no, it was axed. So if all of these cars are being axed, what are we going to be left with? I think what's going to happen is we're going to end up with a car called the electric business car, and it will be for fleet users and company car drivers, and it will purely be financed by government incentives and company car tax schemes. That's basically the Tesla Model 3, isn't it? Or we might as well just have the Tesla Model 3. But that's the thing. We would be fine. We would be absolutely fine if the only electric car that we had was the Tesla Model 3 and everybody else just gave up and went back to building normal cars. I think that'd be brilliant. That would work. Had a conversation yesterday with Epoch Times News. I think that's what they're called. They're huge in America, actually. They've got 800,000 Twitter followers. And a gentleman got in touch, a journalist, and wanted to talk to me about what I thought about the net zero 2030 internal combustion ban that then became the 2035 internal combustion ban. And we had a really good chat about this. And one of his questions at the end was, do you think the UK will end up looking a bit like Cuba because nobody will want to buy new electric cars? They'll want to keep their old petrol and diesel cars on the road. And I said, that's a big question. And the answer is no. And the reason the answer is no is because all of this electric car stuff, right? They're axing these electric cars because people don't want to buy electric cars. The only people that are buying electric cars are not paying for them themselves with real money. And by that, I mean they're company car schemes, company car drivers, they are salary sacrifice schemes or Motability. And if you're a car dealer, with a proper showroom and whatnot, Let me know in the comments, how many people, normal humans, actually walk into the dealership and want to buy an electric car that aren't using some form of somebody else's finance. I'm not talking about, you know, lease hire and whatnot. But then even they're subsidised by the government. The problem is, it's the legislation and it's the taxation that's going to remove cars like this from the road. You know, this is an old diesel Ford Transit van, but take any old car. This car can't drive in London because it pollutes. Well, I can pay to pollute. It's okay. If I pay £12.50, then I can pollute as much as I like. But it can't drive in London or Oxford or Birmingham or Glasgow or Edinburgh. Not the Manchester one. They got rid of that one. And the road tax on this is going to be £300 a year, and that goes up every year. Now, if this was a later model car from, say, 2006, 2007, let's say it was a Saab Aero, then it would be £750 a year to tax, and that's going to keep going up as well. And we've got cars that are now hitting £1,000 road tax per year. That means we're not going to get this magical Cuba situation where people are trying to chop and change and just keep cars on the road in the most environmentally friendly and economical way as possible, scrounging together whatever bits they can find, because all the old cars are going to be taxed off the road by the government who don't want us going anywhere. Interesting, isn't it? They're pushing this, you know, they wanted this electric car thing to work because they wanted everybody to buy in so that they could then completely control personal transport by having everybody connected to a grid or an app or a smartphone in one way or another. And the people have basically gone, nah, you're all right. We like the way we've been doing it for the last 70 years. And I'm a Luddite. Cool. That might be it for the weekend. I'm not sure. There might be another video tonight. But we'll see how we go. Got a few bits and bobs to film because lots of interesting stuff is happening. And we'll see how the weekend goes, shall we? Maybe the whole country will be on fire by Saturday night, but we'll see what happens.